Starting to guess that this here might be a concern here on the patio. This here wet floor, you know. Wasn't there in the winter when we had snow. Not sure if you can see it. The gasoline is $1.06.7 a liter. Lovely. Apparently that's going to be going down, so that's kind of cool. Maybe it'll go down a lot this summer. Oh, right on, oh, right on. It's lunchtime here, so I figured I'd come out and have a dart in the car. A dart, it's a little chooch. And I've been doing some shit. I am hunting around for an axe because once I get those roots all, you know, spotted and I can attack them on the stump that you saw in yesterday's video, I'm going to need to cut them up. Bruce said to use a Sawzall, but they got some axes over at fucking Wally World in Canadian son of a bitch there for like 20 bucks. They're like yard work and job mate. Probably only be good for this one job and then they'll be garbage, but whatever. Frig it, eh? That's all I need it for is just chopping this stump up so I can chuck it in the friggin' back 40s and be done with her. I also need to have a guy come over and appraise the Trans Am. I'm gonna put her on friggin' Haggerty, which is Silver Wheel. It's an insurance company for classic auto. And what's really cool is like when I was on Silver Wheel before, you weren't allowed to drive your car to work. You know, literally it was $150 a year for insurance, but you could only drive it to like car shows or parades or go for a cruise to the ice cream shop or, you know, stupid shit like that. I want to be able to drive it and do whatever the hell I want with it. Oh, I want to go pick up a case of beer, jump in the Trans Am, you know, if I can go pick up a case of beer. You know, I want to friggin' go to work with it, drive it to work. I want to friggin' go to Blokes, drive it to Blokes, you know. I don't know if I do that with it right yet. I'd probably want a mechanic to really give her a look over 1-2 before I took her on a long trip. But around town, not a big deal. Well, now you can specify that you want to take it around town or you want to use it to drive to work, not use it for work like slinging pizzas or, you know, delivering drugs for the local Pharma Plus. But yeah, like if you're just driving it and parking it in the parking lot at work, all they do is they just up the cost. They add a couple more bucks to it. Not a big deal, right? You can even apparently insure a modified car, which I found really weird because when it was Silver Wheel, the car had to be bone stock. Like you couldn't have any racing performance. Like if you had to replace the engine and you put a 350 into it, you know, as long as it wasn't some like, yeah, I had 170 horsepower 305 and I just stuck a 1000 horsepower 383 into it or whatever the fuck, you know. Then it's like, yeah, you're clearly building this thing for race. We can't insure it. Well, now they will, but your premiums go up. The more furthest it is from stock, the more the premiums go up. Now, if you look at my car, even though the transmission is modified, it's not. It's still the stock 700 R4. It's just, now it'll last longer, you know. It won't blow up as quick because it's got better internals. Shifts harder. Can take more friggin' torque from the engine and whatnot. So, and that's going to cost me $194 a year to insure the Trans Am. $194 a year. I'm paying $110 a month for this friggin' pig, which, you know, you do the math and that's about $1,300 a year. Yet the Trans Am is costing me 2 insurance payments on this thing for the entire year. Dicked. Mind you, I got some work to do on that Trans Am. The smog air pump, whatever the hell you want to call it, it's pretty much seized. Like we were able to free it up last year. Rex came over and we jacked her with some of that, what the hell's that stuff called? PB&J, that PB blaster. And we blasted it with that and we were able to get the friggin' pulley to free up, but chances are she's probably seized again from sitting all winter. So I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube about people tearing them apart and it looks like it's not really that big of a deal to do it. So what I might do is tear it apart and see if I can get some lube on the bearing and clean it up, or if I can just replace that bearing. It probably has to be pressed in, which means you probably need like a shop to do it with one of those big presses. I don't have that kind of technology, so probably have to bring it to a guy and have it done and whatnot and then put it all back together, and hopefully that solves the problem. Or buy the deleter and install the deleter and be done with it. This dart is starting to taste like burning, which means this coil is about to shit the bed. So Adrian was given 2 tractors last year, I'm thinking, maybe the year before, and he doesn't plan on doing anything with them, so I told him just drop them off at the house and, you know, I'll figure out a use for them. The front ends on those tractors are always great if you want to make like redneck lawn chairs. They work awesome. You can even have them pivot if you want, so they can kind of take up the shock of the ground or whatever. Kind of a neat design on them. So I was thinking about taking them and maybe even just taking them both and making one good romping tractor out of 2 and then having like a scrap metal pile and then just scrapping the rest of the shit I don't need. Or I was thinking about gutting them and using parts off of them to make some redneck riding lawn chairs. I need a way, like, for instance, if you look at the ones that One Pug Life made, you know, he's not making them with lawn chairs anymore. He's making them with like DMV chairs or school chairs or whatever. If they were done with lawn chairs, it'd be cool to have a way to fold it down to compact it so you could fit it in something small like the trunk of a car. Then when you get on location, you can fold everything back up and go. Now, obviously, by doing that, you're creating weak points in the structure. So if you start doing stupid things like jumping them, that's going to be the breaking point that's always going to snap, is those folding joints. And that's always been my dream, was to build some motorized vehicle that I could fold up and stick in a car, because I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to buy my next vehicle. So, yeah, just a dick. I also need to get the Trans Am on the road soon so I can send this thing off to GM, have them do all the recall work, so I can then send it off to the mechanic and have them do all the repair work. Well, it looks like tomorrow's going to suck. They just said on the radio it's going to rain, but that's fine, because tomorrow we can go to Canadian Tire, pick up the axe, and then go to Brown's Supplies and pick up the chain link for the mini bike, and then go back home and reinstall the chain on the mini bike and get that all fixed up, because that bothers me that that's broken. And then hopefully the mail comes in sometime this week and I get my bolts. Bolt that clutch onto both mini bikes so that they don't fall off and wreck chains again, frig sakes. Then I just gotta friggin' somehow engineer a way to keep that twist throttle from twisting without it not supposed to twist, because that was the problem that happened, is the twist throttle, it's not on the handlebar right. Like, it's not attaching on there, so I'm thinking about taking it off and then like using a file or like really coarse sandpaper and going to town on where it hooks up so it makes it all grippy, like going side to side and really scoring it so it makes it like a rough surface so that maybe the plastic will bind to it. Either that or dropping some like gasket maker on the bar and then putting the handle over top of it and fucking clenching her down. That's a weird sound. Anyway, and then like really clenching her down, and hopefully that'll make it hold. Like, it could work. In my brain it sounds good, but this thing, man, it's been known to do stupid stuff a lot of the times. Like, I got a lot of projects to do, just no time to do them in, because I gotta be here 8 hours a day to do the work. You know, got to pay the bills somehow. However, if I do get honored my days off in May, hopefully I do, and they don't take them away from me, but I was told they could, but we'll see what happens. If I do get that time off, that'll give me plenty of time to get shit did around the house, and there's a lot of shit to get did around the house. Like tomorrow, I was gonna go to bed earlier tonight and get up earlier tomorrow and have a coffee and all my eggs and all that shit and get it like all friggin' ready to rock. Get outside at around 11 and start digging at the stump again, and then water it down. And then when that was done, I was gonna rake the lawn and get all the dog poop organized, and then go back to it and hit it again. And, just keep doing it until I can expose all the roots and all that shit, and then get an axe out there and start hacking away at it. And then maybe by Thursday, Friday, hopefully it's not raining then, by Thursday, Friday, I'd probably be okay to hook it up to the tractor and just try and tug it out of there. Now they're saying for Thursday, they're calling for snow on Thursday and Friday? What? I shit you not, people. They are calling for snow on Thursday and Friday. Man, living in the north sucks. Frick's sakes. Okay, so like this project might be on hold again, so we're gonna have to try and find something else to do. But I need to get that done. Like I said, I need to get the bearings on the friggin' lawnmower done. That's about it. The rest of the stuff is just fun things that I can do whenever. But the lawnmower is one that I want to get done because I'm gonna need to mow my lawn there sooner than later. Oh God, here it comes. Oh, geez, Louise, Papa Cheese. A little more choking, I might have started. And I know Adrian's just like me, just itching to hit the friggin' trails with the mini bikes and rip snot, but if it keeps snowing like this, the trails take longer to clear than the city streets do, right? So, frig, not much we can do until the snow stops and melts and the trails clean up a bit, because these mini bikes are not really intended for the trails, but we kind of don't care, Something I really need to do is get everything out of the garage and reorganize it. Like, I gotta get that friggin' red mower, the lawnmower out of the back of the shed, garage, sorry, not shed. But I really gotta get that lawnmower out and pump up the tire because the tire's flat. That's just done. So I gotta pump up the tire and then I gotta drop the deck off of it, and that's gonna be fun. Rex is like, just hook it up to your romper, see if you can tug it out, and I'm gonna try it. Worst case, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't pull it out, and I just spin on the spot and the transmission just shimmy until it breaks. Best case scenario is it tugs it out of there, and that's friggin' awesome, a little workhorse, yay. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And we're probably going to, like I said, that's a project that I'm going to have to do next after I work on this Stumpy. I need to put a charge on both the romper and the mower's battery because I'm pretty sure they didn't survive the winter. So we'll get that done too. Like I said, I got a lot of work to do. I got it all written out at home on the fridge on the dry erase board of all the things I got to do. Check boxes beside them, and I'm going to check them off as I go and go from there. So anyway, I got about 10 minutes left of my lunch, and then I gotta head her back inside, so I'm gonna talk to you guys later. So until then, peace the frig out. Oh, fuck yeah, boys, freedom. Oh yeah, Bruce, the audience keeps asking why you don't make videos. Why don't you make videos?
Because I'm lazy.
There you go. You got your answer. 4 videos on this camera. Hasn't gotten around to editing them.
I'm just being totally lazy.
There you go. Now you have your answer. Thanks for coming out. GG. Anyway, let's go home. I think the cat destroyed some more shit and wrecked my vacuum job, for fuck's sake. So we'll go take a look at that and see what's going on. And I think I'm going to shave my head. Alrighty. Expect the camera to go blurry mode because I forgot to lock it into manual focus mode. So apologize if it does in advance. We got to go. We got things. So yeah, like I was saying earlier there, they're calling for snow pretty much all this week, except for tomorrow and Tuesday. Tomorrow they're calling for a little bit of rain, 10 millimeters, which, you know, that's fuck all. But then on Tuesday they're calling for a couple centimeters of rain. Then on Wednesday they're calling for friggin' flurries, and it's like, fuck off with the winter already, you know? Like, we already did that. We already did that kind. Let's go into spring and stop with snow. But whatever. Yeah, it was a super dead night tonight. Like, I had one call at 4:30, and that was all she wrote. And I think Bruce had 2 calls. One when I logged out for lunch he got, and then he had another one. Fuck, I thought that was my car. It was some dude parked in a laneway. Oh, I was like, okay, now what's going on with this pile of piss? Only ever had one car do that belt squeal on me, and that was my old Ford Tempo. And I just put a new belt on it, and the problem solved itself. So sometimes it's all it takes. But anyway, yeah. So what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, it was dead tonight. We didn't do any calls. It was like I spent most of my night friggin' remoted into my home computer and editing my video game videos, trying to clean up all the files and convert them into uploadables and get them up to YouTube's is my next plan. And then as far as the vlogs go, well, I got this vlog I'm making right now and the one before that to edit and still put up, not a big deal. But I couldn't really do any work on that because all the footage is here. Half the vlog from yesterday's is edited at home, so I'll probably bang that out tonight before I go to bed. But yeah, like, it was dead as dead can be, so I was like, oh, you know what, I'm going to start browsing around and just take a look and see what's out there for used cars in the North Bay region, eh? So I started browsing around and looking at shit, and you know what, last year in October, there was like every dealership in town had at least 5 Dodge Caravans, ranging from 2009 to 2013. Prices varying from $9,000 to $16,000, depending on the age and the mileage on it, right? This year, I can't find a single freaking Caravan with good mileage. Like, not with good mileage, I shouldn't say that. Like, it's hard to find them. I found one over at Kia and one over at Ford. But like, the places like my car, for instance, where I bought this rack, they don't have any. Top Picks don't have any. Friggin' DL don't have any. All these places don't have them. And I really want one because, you know, the ride height in it is pretty much awesome because you sit higher, you know. You want to go camping, like I said in the past, throw a mattress in the back and go. And it turns into a trailer at the flick of a switch. Only problem is there's no shitter in it, so you got to drop a stoolie, then you're going to have to friggin' go rifling off in the bush and wipe up. What's going on here? Holy frig, boys. Thought we were on Tatooines there having a little dust storm. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. I can hear him, I don't know where the hell he's coming from. Oh, he's on that side, he's on the right side. Now we're gonna blow him away anyway, so frig him. Cleaning up all the winter sand. It was dead as dead could be, so like literally I was just editing videos and just trying to keep busy, and then I started searching used cars. And then that was about it, and then all of a sudden the end of the shift happened. It's like when you find something to keep you busy and entertained, then you're fine. But when you got nothing to do and you're bored, it's like time slows down, even though theoretically it doesn't. It just feels that way. Like, 1 minute feels like 17, you know? And it's not really, but it kind of sort of does. That's the other thing, man. When I lose that job, I'm gonna lose so much friggin' weight. See, one of the problems with that job is you're allowed to snack. And when you're bored at a desk and you're forced to be there and you have a bag of Doritos in front of you or chocolate bars and they got vending machines out in the hallways and shit, you tend to snack. Snacking is bad. Snacking will build up like poundage, especially when you're snacking on potato chips and chocolate bars, you know? However, on the weeks, like on Thursdays and Fridays when I don't work there, I'm not eating potato chips at the house. I'm not indulging in chocolate bars. I'm actually eating, well, okay food. You know, it's not like creme de la creme. The suppers are usually pretty good. Some piece of meat, some veg, you know, sometimes a starch. Sometimes I got rice in there. Sometimes I just say meat and veg and go. But when I'm working, I don't eat like that. I eat like shit because I never think to pack a lunch. And it's always, I always end up going to the store or going to the gas station and getting some dirty ass friggin' food that you guys rip me a new arsehole about when I post it on Instagram. And it's funny because like I'm the one eating it, so you guys are ripping me a new arsehole because I'm eating this dirty food, but you're not eating it, I'm eating it. But once I lose my job and I'm at home more and I'm cooking more, then I can start making more foods. And like even last year, the 2 weeks I had off, I lost 10 pounds in that 2 weeks just because I was busy and I wasn't eating garbage from the store. I wasn't eating like gas station sandwiches and potato chips and chocolate bars and all sorts of garbage. I was actually eating good quality food like, you know, chicken, pork chops and steaks and potatoes and broccolis, and I even think I barbecued some of those asparagus. Yeah, I just need to get out of this job so I can eat properly, which makes no sense because I could theoretically eat properly at this job. I just got to avoid the will to snack and pack a proper fucking lunch problem, but I just can't be bothered. And I know I'm not the only one who falls victim to this because I got buddies who say the same thing. They're like, man, I go to work, I forget my lunch, and I end up at the store or at the gas station spending $20 on food that's completely disgusting, but I'm so hungry that I don't care, and they end up gaining the friggin' office space 20, you know what I'm saying? 20 extra pounds from being in the office and snacking and eating gross as frig foods that are just horrible for you. So, like when I worked at Walmart, I was too busy to snack. Like you were always going and doing shit. You're busy. It's office jobs that allow you to have snacks on site. And I'm sure there's healthy snack options that I could be looking into, but yeah, I'm pretty lazy at times, and well, that's what happens. And then you need, like when I started working there in 2002, sorry, I was like 200 pounds. My waistline was a size 30. Now I wear a size 38 and I'm 260. In December, I was 295. So that just goes to show that I've lost a little bit of weight, but I still got a long way to go. I got 60 pounds to go to get myself back down to 200. But anyway, people, we'll talk more about this when we get home because we're almost there. Yeah, buddy. Alright, well, I just let Stumpy outside for a quick potty, and I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just kind of sitting there looking at nothing. Are you coming back inside? No. Okay. So he's gone for a shit. I don't know what the fuck the cat's doing. She came in here, looked out the window, and then she blew off. Oh, she's right there. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's her problem, besides being a cat. And that's the thing, eh? With working in an office environment like that allows you to have snacks and shit at your desk, is you do tend to snack out a lot. And I know I'm a victim of it. Like, I'll kill at least 3 bags of chips in a week and no problem. I love Doritos and I can't help myself. They're so friggin' amazing. And sitting at work, I'll be bored, and all of a sudden it's like you're bored and a craving turns on, and it's like, oh, you need a bag of Doritos, your brain says, and then your stomach goes, hey brain, that's a good idea. I'm gonna gurgle really loud until this fat son of a bitch gets off his chair and goes to the store and buys a bag of Doritos. A gurgle, 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 gurgle. So, yeah, that doesn't really help out with much, but it is what it is, so I gotta mainly quit doing that kind and smarten up. But like I say, once, well, in May, if I get my holidays, I'm probably gonna spend all that working on all these projects and shit. Like getting this house all straightened out and getting all my mowers and whatnot all banged out and finish that stump if I don't have it out by the time I go on vacation. You know, like I said, it's going to snow this week, so that might put a little bit of a stinker in the progress. Kind of don't want to be running the garden hose when it's minus friggin' 1,000 outside. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to go tomorrow and pick up the axe, and we're going to go to H.E. Brown's and pick up that link for the chain for the mini bike. So that'll be alright. Norio's out here just doing his fucking tap dancing spaz attack. Look at him go. Jesus. Let's let him back in. My door has been such a whore to close lately. And open apparently. Oh fuck. I got it locked. But it was such a whore to close and I couldn't figure out why. It's this shitty dollar store fucking thermal guard that I bought. And this piece here, it all coiled up and bunched up in the top corner. So when you close it, it would apply pressure and you couldn't close the door, but now it closes like a glove, so it's fine. So, bonus. But I'm gonna have to do something about weather sealing the shit out of that again, because that's no good. I don't even know what the hell he's doing. Oh, he's playing with his fox. He was like falling on it, like he was giving it elbow drops or something. My goodness. Why do you hate him? What did he ever do to you? Hey dude, what did he ever do to you? Oh my goodness. I don't know how to handle this thing. Anywho, I think I'm gonna go shave my head, because it friggin' needs it. Espresso shavo, cuz! And like that, people, the hair is cut. Some people probably wonder what I do with the old hair. Do I just wash it down the drain? No. What I do is I line the sink with this like plastic wrap. You know, the kind you wrap your sandwiches and shit in. And then I just bundle it up and fire it in the garbage when I'm done shaving my head. It's perfect. You know, this shit. This like Glad cling wrap. It's cheap as fuck at the dollar store, and it does the job, so I cannot complain about it. So there we go, my head is shaved. I don't look too bad anymore. Well, I still look like an idiot, but you know, not as much. But anyway, people, it's 2:30 or 12:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning? No, 12:30 in the morning. Look, you can tell. And I'm gonna shut her down here and go and edit this shit up and set it up to YouTube's and go from there. So tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna go for a run, grab some shit, take you guys along too, why not? And depending on what it looks like when we come back, we're going to go from there. And yeah, we'll just see what tomorrow brings. I know I got to work at 4, so that's awesome. So anyway, people, I'm going to shut her down. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. And as always, until next time, keep on vlogging.